Hey everyone, it's Monday and Ben's ankle is sore.
Yeah, it's bothering me.
Cheese! Teagan's current favorite movie is The Pirate Fairy. He's watched it 3 times. So this is time number 3 for today. Just started. I have no idea what it is about this movie, but
Flying, because the second time he watched it, when I was with him, he wanted to fly. So I had to pick him up and fly him around the living room.
So while Ben's resting, I'm going to try to cook up this kit, this roasted chicken teriyaki kit. We bought this at Walmart. It looked pretty yummy, and the instructions look fairly easy. So I'm going to be taking over Ben's kitchen tonight. Play the intro, Ben. Ben's kitchen. Ben's kitchen. Before I can begin, it recommends thawing the sauce and the chicken overnight or quick thaw it for 15 to 20 minutes in some cold water, then use immediately. So that's what I'm going to have to do because this is frozen solid. Got some water here. Oh, I think I'm going to need a bigger pot. That's not going to... If I squeeze it in there. There's the meat. Get in there, you. Whoops. And the sauce goes in there. This is exciting, huh? And look at all that rice and veggies. So I can either boil in the bag, cook in the conventional oven, or cook in the microwave. The boil in the bag would take 30 minutes for the meat, 25 minutes for the rice, and 2 minutes for the sauce. In the conventional oven, it would take 40 minutes for the rice and another 25 to 30 minutes for the meat. Or in the microwave, it'll take 5 to 7 minutes for the meat and about 6 minutes for the rice. So, anyone want to guess how I'm going to be cooking this tonight? Ben?
Microwave.
I think I'm going to do it boiling it in the bag.
What?
30 minutes for the meat, 25 minutes for the rice, and 2 minutes for the sauce. But Ben's hungry now.
I'm not really that hungry, so you can do it however you want.
I'm going to do it in the microwave. Update, my chicken's in the microwave. And I got the rice right here, waiting to go in the microwave. This is still frozen. And in the sink I have the sauce packet that goes on the meat when I take the meat out of the plastic. Okay, so there's the chicken. Smells pretty good. Now I pour this sauce in here. It looks like a lot of sauce for that chicken, but remember I got a lot of rice coming out of the microwave. Okay, my rice is done. Now it's going to go into my chicken and sauce. Ooh, that's hot. Hot, hot, hot. And we're going to stir this all together.
Wow, good.
Am I cooking?
Wow, good.
He knows that from Ratatouille.
My dad, good.
Dad, I cook?
My dad, you're good. The food.
Yep, cook the food. And there we go. That's more or less the finished product right there. It doesn't look too bad. Smells pretty good.
Go, go. Oh, no.
You gonna help me stir? Anyone can cook, including Teagan. Gonna try it again?
Cook.
You gonna cook? I'll help you with it. I don't want you to make a mess. Here we go. We stir that in. What do you think? Gonna try what you cooked?
Yeah.
Pretty good, huh? It's pretty good because we cooked it ourselves, huh?
I need to try it? Is that what that was? And you, yum yum. Okay. We're not gonna just all eat out of this bowl. We're gonna split it up.
So overall, it didn't taste too bad. The sauce is really, really overpowering, though. If I have it to do over again, if we actually buy this again, I probably wouldn't put the sauce on, or if I did, put on very little. So what did you think, Ben? You bet on the same page as I am? You cleaned your plate.
I did. But, yeah, the sauce is not my favorite at all. But I was hungry.
Oh well. Hey, we tried something different.
Mm-hmm.
Hi guys, it's been a little while, so how about we do some viewer Q&A, some questions and answers, in case you didn't know what Q&A stood for.
Maybe you should have told them that at the first Q&A video.
Today we're going to be going over some questions from our video that was posted on June 15th. So, not that long ago, about 2 months ago. That's about the norm.
Yeah.
We've been about doing 2 of these a month, so we're slowly getting through them.
Maybe some month we'll do 3 or 4, and then we'll get caught up.
Our good friend Pink Pearl Apple, also known as Ashley, has a couple questions. The first one is, I just made my first toy review video. Would it be bad if I asked if you'd check it out? We'd be happy to check it out. Shoot us a link on Twitter or down in the comments, and we'll go check it out.
Definitely.
And she goes, are you taking a vacation this year? Actually, believe it or not, in the midst of all this moving excitement, we are taking a vacation.
We are.
The 3 of us are taking our, at this point, traditional annual September trip to Walt Disney World in Florida. So that's going to be a lot of fun. A lot of fun vlogs from there. So stay tuned for that, guys.
Yes.
We're super excited, even though it's like less than a month after we move.
We go through these spurts where we don't do anything, and then all of a sudden we do
everything comes together at once.
And then we have to take a year off and not do anything again.
Pretty much.
And then we just go crazy, and we're like, that's what we do. That's what we do.
Mimi Combs has a question for you, Ben. How did you feel about the season finale of The Flash Season 2?
I guess it wasn't very memorable because I'm having a hard time remembering what happened. I did watch it, so I did watch it because I am completely caught up with Arrow and Flash.
But it didn't make much of an impact on you?
I guess not. I can't remember what happened.
Donatello21 wants to know if we can review some space TMNT toys, or Ninja Turtle, as me and my Facebook friends call them, or some TMNT mashups. It would fill my heart to the top if you do, please. Well, we don't have any Ninja Turtles lined up at the moment, but we never know when our friends at Playmates might send us along some Ninja Turtles, especially with the holidays coming up. We never know what companies are going to send us or ask us to do.
A lot of times, actually, we have purchased some type of Ninja Turtle toy, and then Playmates has sent it to us afterwards.
Yeah, so we're kind of hesitant to buy Ninja Turtles because, sometimes it just shows up unannounced.
Yeah.
And it's like, uh-oh, now we have 2 of this. I mean, we donate our extras, obviously.
Right.
But
so we just kind of wait and see if any show up.
Lizette Garcia has 4 questions. Let's see if we can get through these really quick. Number 1, can you do an MLP skit where Princess Luna, Princess Celestia, and Princess Cadence have a day out to Disneyland with the Disney princesses, sidekicks, and princes? That's a lot of characters.
Are you trying to kill my voice?
Ben would have to do all the voices, pretty much. You'd have to do all the princesses. I'd do Mickey in shining armor.
Yeah, that would be a help, thanks. You'd have no idea how hard it is for me to do the voices for the Equestria Girl skits. I have 20 voices, but they're all just my voice. It's horrible.
John, which Marvel and DC superhero is your favorite? Mine are Hawkeye and Batman. I hate being put on the spot with these questions because I love watching the movies. That's
why he always has me answer the question.
Yeah, because, it's so hard and I don't want to, take up too much time going, dum. I guess, I'm wearing a Captain America shirt, so I guess we'll go Captain America today. I'm in a Captain America mood. Sometimes I go with Iron Man, sometimes I go with Hulk.
We change quite a bit.
And Batman, even though I kind of like to poke fun at Batman type voice, I don't think he's my favorite DC character. He's up there, though. I kind of like more of the lighthearted Batman than the serious Batman. And I like Superman, too. But, again, more of the lighthearted one, not the mopey-dopey one. Anyway, number 3, what made you 2 like Minty?
It was more of the fact that she just kept showing up in our stuff. We found her multiple times, since we met. That's
didn't-
really why.
At the time, we hadn't watched the Christmas cartoon that she was in.
No.
But we were at one of the first, like, carnival fairs we went to. We won a Minty.
Mm-hmm. And then you found her in, like, a Christmas blind bag set.
Mm-hmm.
For Christmas for me one year, and so she just kept showing
before
up.
we were even really into ponies, she just kept showing up. We got her at the carnival. I bought her as a stocking stuffer for Ben one Christmas. Like, before she was released in the big set, we actually had her. We won her on a big lot of ponies on eBay, so she showed up again there. So Minty's just been popping up through our life. And number 4. Okay, this may be the most interesting question of the video. Ready, Ben? What would you two reactions be if someone wrote fan fictions of Princess Peach loving Bowser than Mario? Number 1, I'm sure that sort of fan fiction exists already. So I wouldn't be too surprised. I wouldn't be very surprised.
No, I wouldn't be surprised.
I know you're kind of hoping us to be like, but like, we're old. We know what's out there on the internet.
There are worse crosses than that. That's for sure.
Brooke Trigger wants to know if we'll be reviewing any Finding Dory toys. We know
we did.
Yeah, we know this is an older Q&A batch, but we actually did. We reviewed a bunch. You may have already seen it. That were sent to us by Disney Store, I believe it was, or Disney Unwrapped or something.
Disney something.
We did it around the time the movie opened. Back a month or so ago,
I guess. Swimming Dory and stuff like that.
One in the coffee pot. So go back and check that out. And I think we did some like micro lights or mashems or something too. Okay, Ben. This is going to set us off into rant mode. I think enough time has passed since this particular show has ended that it may be safe to go into spoiler territory and rant. But Apple Super Dragon Geek 1994 says, Ben, I'm sure you've seen the Castle series finale now. What did you think of it? I was sad about how it ended and that the show ended at all. Now, we have avoided addressing it in the vlog. If we did, it was very
brief.
We kind of like skimmed the surface because we didn't want to spoil anything. But I assume anybody who's wanted to see the Castle series finale now has already seen the Castle series finale. It was such a cop-out ending. Obviously, they even announced, or sort of unofficially announced, that there was going to be another season minus Kate Beckett character. Right. Where Castle would just go on his own wacky adventures. Yep. And they'd even re-signed Nathan Fillion and a lot of the supporting players. But at the last minute, ABC got a new president, and they canceled Castle at the last minute. So they tacked on
the stupid ending.
They could have. Well, first of all, we'll tell you what it was. As long as you see Derpy in the little preview down at the bottom, if you're scrolling, that means we're talking about Castle in spoiler territory. Derpy the spoiler pony is here. Okay, so what they did this whole plot, and at the end it looked like everything was all wrapped up. Happy ending for everybody. Castle and Beckett are in the kitchen, and Castle, it has a realization. It's like, or one of them had a realization, well, what if so-and-so? Why did so-and-so do this? And then there's so-and-so in the kitchen, and he shoots Beckett, and he shoots Castle.
And they're lying there on the floor like they die.
Now, obviously, that is where the show was supposed to end for a cliffhanger to go into next season. Right. And obviously, Kate would have died and Castle would have moved on. I guess it would have taken place a year or two after that.
I would think it would have to take place 5 years after that. I mean, how many times has Beckett almost died and Castle has gone nutso?
So anyway, they both get shot. It fades to black. Or not really fades back, but it cross dissolves. And then it's
wasn't there a commercial break?
No, it just... Oh, okay. It just, the camera was panning through the room, sad music was playing. Right, yeah. And for a second I thought, man, did they just kill them both off? Because we know this is the last episode now. But no, then a little word balloon on the bottom of the screen says, 8 years later, and they're both sitting at the kitchen table, they have kids, they're all happy. They don't explain how anything. They don't explain anything. Now... I was baffled why they even did that. They could have just cut it off after the happy ending, before where it looked like everything had wrapped up logically.
Yeah, and cut off the shooting.
Cut off the whole shooting part and just put a little montage of old clips instead of just okay, then it would have been okay, you know.
They're just gonna continue on with their normal life,
And that's it, but
I mean, well, like, Beckett was saying throughout the episode, you know, kind of hints around stuff like that she's getting tired of this job and she's missing out on a lot of stuff and da-da-da.
Mhm.
So, you know, it could have ended multiple ways, but they chose the stupid
lamest
way.
possible. Obviously, but obviously, you know, we have to cut them some slack. It's obviously like...
It was quick.
It was like probably a couple days before, and we got to cobble together this alternate ending. So there you go. Okay, thank you, Derpy the Spoiler Pony. Kawaii LPS Films wants to know, Ben, can Cadence sing? And Ben, is it hard to make Cadence's voice? So I think she's asking, does your Cadence sing?
No.
And is it hard to make Cadence's voice? It's basically your voice, except a little bit higher.
Yeah, it's not that bad. I just have to remember to make it, because sometimes I'll just go into my normal voice.
Sometimes Shining Armor lapses into my normal voice in like a higher...
We fade in and out.
He'll start off way up here, and then like I notice it's like you gradually go, hey!
Hey, that's my voice. Whoops.
Emerald Hearts 456 says, if you could get rid of one princess in MLP, who would it be? I'm not going to answer this question. I'm not going to touch this question. I think I know what Ben is going to say, so I'm going to cover my ears.
Twilight. I wouldn't remove her from the series or anything, but I don't find the point in her being a princess.
Alright, moving on.
I just got a whole bunch of hate mail right down in the comments.
Mythical Luna says, my question is, have you seen Zootopia? And if you have, who is your favorite character? Well, we've seen
love Zootopia
a number of times. Teagan really likes it. It's not one of his like top 3 movies that he picks out a lot, but if you turn it on, he likes to sit down and watch the animals.
He likes the Try Everything song.
Yeah, he likes to dance. He like dances like this sometimes. Try it, and then he'll do this at the end.
Yeah, I've taught him that every time there's a long note in a song, he does this.
On the bonus features, there's like a Shakira, how do you pronounce her name? Shakira music video. And the other day when Ben was volunteering with the play, I played it just for the heck of it. And he wanted to play it again and again. We must have watched it like 6 times. And he was dancing the whole time. But who's your favorite character? I'd have to go with Nick.
Yeah. I think we've answered this question before, and I think I picked someone. I picked Finnick. Because I like the big voice out of the little tiny fox.
Daryl Hammock says, hi, Ben and John. I have a question for you. If you will be a sidekick to any hero or villain, who would that hero or villain be? A sidekick to a hero or a villain, Ben?
Well, I would be Thor's sidekick, because then you could see, you know, all of these different worlds.
You'd be an all-new sidekick?
Yeah. I didn't know I had to pick one that was already existing.
Well, there you go. And by the way, Ben, you're kind of liking Snapchat.
A little bit.
Which do you prefer, Twitter or Instagram or Facebook?
Instagram.
Instagram definitely is the favorite.
Facebook is too crowded. You know, there's too cluttered with stuff. Twitter I can't follow for the life of me. And so Instagram is the most streamlined app out there. Even Snapchat bothers me.
Instagram's starting to incorporate, like this past week, Instagram, not Instagram. Instagram is trying to implement Snapchat type features, like the 24-hour, like you take a snap and like doodle all over your face or something sort of thing.
I mean, it's fun. I'll give it that.
Teagan loves the little filters that turn him into aliens or angels or whatever.
Yeah, Teagan likes the Snapchat.
Or the puppy one where you're like...
Yeah.
So in that respect, it's fun.
It's fun, yeah. But as like a... I don't think I would use it very often if I didn't have Teagan to play with.
Yeah. We like the occasional filters or, you know, or the occasional quickie.
Yeah.
But we're not a fan of the whole, just like Periscope, the whole disappearing content.
Yeah, I don't like
because we're all about our content being online forever.
We don't think of it as just, you know, doing something just to...
On the fly.
You know, we look at what we do as documenting stuff for... The future. So having stuff disappear after 24 hours just kind of annoys us.
Look at this, we're almost at the end.
Okay.
Webkins Dare 56 has a couple questions. Hey, Ben and John, I have 2 quick questions. Number 1, have you seen anything related to the new Disney movie called Moana? It's got The Rock in it, and I thought Ben would love it because of that. Well, we saw a preview of it last year at 2015 at the D23 Expo, and even The Rock came out on stage, and Ben was like...
I was.
like standing up.
I was so excited.
And they showed a little bit of the movie. Just a little tiny snippet. It's still pretty early in the stage. Yeah. It's coming out this Thanksgiving, I want to say.
Yeah, it comes out later on this year, so we're super excited to see that. We have seen some of the toys.
Yes, at Toy Fair. Some of the toys, they had the Rock's, like, I forgot his character's name.
I don't remember his name, but he's a demigod.
Yeah, but he has tattoos that come to life.
Yeah.
I don't know how they're going to pull that off on the toy, probably like some water thing to rub on his chest, but in the movie,
yeah, it's going to be awesome.
You know, I'm about as ripped as The Rock and cartoon character Rock, so I can, emulate the... Moving on. But we do plan to see that movie.
We do. I can't wait for that to come out. We might even bring Teagan to that. He might like it. Maybe
we'll try Teagan in the theater. We haven't tried that in quite a while.
But he really likes movies now. So.
Yeah, he's a big movie buff now. Have you guys ever played Apples to Apples before? If not, it's pretty fun to play with friends and family, and it would be a good game to play on What's Ryan Trying. Jenna and Ryan actually have Apples to Apples. We did play it once at their old house, pre-YouTube. I remember it. Ben does not, but I remember playing it. I remember playing it with Jenna and Ryan once, but this was pre-YouTube. That was a long time ago.
I remember Jenna wanted to find this for a while. Like, she talked about it for a while, and then she finally found it.
She found it at Goodwill or something. Yeah. Some of the cards were some of the cards you can write your own stuff on, so some of those ended up in the game. We didn't write on them, but the previous owner had written on them, sort of thing. But that's a good idea to revisit that for a future What's Ryan Trying. Yeah, maybe I'll remember it this time. See, that's why we do YouTube. Because I can't remember anything from more than a week ago. Kawaii Legendary Chibi Shyman has 4 questions, and these are the last 4 of this Q&A video. So, ready, Ben? Ready. Let's get started. Number 1, what are you guys' favorite toy that you like, that you reviewed in Ben's Toy Bin, and why? We get this question a lot. Yeah, we get this a lot, and I'm sure our answer changes. I'd always have to go with, Blind Bag Ponies, or Vinyl Nations, or Mystery Mini. I like the little stuff. We're having a lot of fun lately opening up old school Happy Meal toys, too. They're a blast from the past. I like the big play sets, because I like to put them together, and I like the Legos, because I like to put them together. And even though they don't necessarily get a lot of views, Ben really loves putting together Lego sets. We don't really do them often because, number 1, Lego sets cost a lot of money. They do. Number 2, they don't, at least for us, don't get a lot of views. No. And number 3, they take forever to record and to put together. Like a 5-minute Lego video is probably about 4 hours worth of footage. Yeah, it does take a long time. I'm okay with it because I like putting them together, but, the camera dies I don't know how many times and stuff like that, so... Number 2, what are your guys' favorite movies? I know we've been asked this before, too, and we kind of, I hate being put on the spot. But typically, we like Disney movies, superhero movies. Oh, one of our lights just went out. Yep, our light just died. We're in the dark almost. They're turning off the lights on us. We better wrap this up. It's our house. They're kicking us out of our own house. What is your favorite YouTubers? I think we've answered this before too, but how about we, not counting toy YouTubers. Okay, no toys. It's not because we don't like them. Yeah, not because we don't like them. We try not to watch too many. Because we don't want to feel like we're being influenced, or we don't want to get discouraged at, oh man, there are 15 videos of this online already. Nobody's going to want to watch ours because it's already been, done 20,000 times. Yeah, that sort of thing. So we kind of just stay in our own... Yeah, we stay in the dark. Little bubble. We don't really follow a lot of other toy YouTubers. No. They're wonderful people. And we're friends with a lot of them, but we just don't... Really... We follow them on their social medias and stuff, but we don't watch a lot of the videos. But anyway, our favorite non-toy YouTubers is what we're going to answer. This wasn't really your question, but we're going to go with this. Well, the 2 we try to watch every single day are 2 vlog channels. Yes. One is called the Tim Tracker. And the other one is Adam the Woo. And the Daily Woo. I just say Adam the Woo.
which
He has two channels.
which means that we watch both of them. We watch him, basically everything that he has. So those are our two, and then I also like Rosanna Pansino, but we've really kind of scaled back on her videos because she has a new editor, and it's just we've gone through this again.
Yeah,
so
we've ranted about this.
I'm not gonna go into it again, but I just can't get over that.
And it's semi-toy related, but I wouldn't really count it as a toy channel. But Teagan and I like to watch Plush Time Wins. They go to a lot of arcades and claw machines. I think they're in Florida as well, so they have all these different huge arcades to choose from, where we just have the game room at Walmart.
They're like two places. They have like everything.
And let's see, any other non-toy YouTubers that we watch? Those are probably the big ones because...
Well, you watch Jenna and Ryan.
They're required to be favorites. They're family. And last question of the day. What is your favorite place that you travel to and why? Well, obviously, we'd have to narrow it down.
I don't know if
California or Florida.
I don't know if I could pick between the two. I guess probably Disneyland is my favorite.
Yes, I really look forward every time we go to California. I wish, one of these days, maybe for our 10th wedding anniversary, we'll go back down and go to Hollywood again and back down to the pier. Because on our honeymoon, we went to California for the first time. We went to Disneyland, California Adventure. We went to the Santa Monica Pier. We went to Hollywood. We did the VIP tour at Universal Studios, which was amazing, and I want to do that again someday. And I would love to vlog it this time. This was pre-vlog, so we took a million pictures.
A lot of pictures.
But no video. No video. That was beyond our capabilities at the time. But I would love to go there because and even when we go to D23, which is the past 3 times we've gone, because we go every 2 years for D23 expos, that's pretty much all we have time to do.
Yeah. Is
D23 and maybe sneak into Disneyland.
A couple times.
And we're planning it again for next July. But yeah. But I love Disneyland. I love Disneyland. I love Disney World too, but I don't know. There's just something about Disneyland.
I just feel like Disneyland's more homey. Like Disney World is like this big city, and Disneyland is like this like homey little town. I like it. So speaking of our honeymoon, we've had a lot of requests for pictures of from our wedding.
Really?
Yeah. So I thought that I would put up before we end today.
Okay.
I'd flash a picture of us from our wedding. So here's our wedding picture right now going on.
Back when we were
younger.
Back when we were in our youth. All right, so that brings us up to viewer Q&A from the video on June 24th. So we're moving right along. I don't know when we'll have time for another Q&A, but there'll be a lot
It might be sooner rather than later because we're going to be moving starting this Friday.
Well, we can do a lot of time-lapse moving stuff into the house. That'll fill up a lot of time in these vlogs.
Look forward to some time lapses.
Like today, we're moving the bathroom. We move it. You get a time lapse of cleaning out our current house, and then a time lapse of us moving everything into the new house.
What more could you want?
Stay tuned for lots of moving. We'll see you that next time. See you tomorrow, everybody.
Bye.